I'm KC. Thanks for joining me here on Afternoon Jazz with KC. Glad to have you online at kkfi.org. And I want to welcome Miss Virginia Sneck, and she's joining us from Atlanta via the telephone. Hello, Virginia.
Hey there, Carl. And, I know my name is so complicated. It's actually pronounced Shank, Virginia Shank. But it's a bear to spell, Schenck, but it gets a little tricky for fans sometimes. But I'm sure glad to be talking to you.
Oh, same here. Same here. Sorry to mess up your name. I know how that is. I get called Carly.
No worries.
But anyway, so what's happening down in Atlanta?
Hey, well, I'm pretty excited about this CD that's out, but for Atlanta, oddly enough, we've got things blooming already for spring, so that's kind of crazy. But we'll take it. We'll probably have snow next week.
Don't say that.
I know, right?
Right.
I know what the groundhog's going to say.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm really excited with my music and how it's being received. Wow, internationally, and I'm just really, really grateful.
Well, yeah, and first of all, congratulations on that, and I can see why, listening to it and reading the liner notes and the information on there, this is pretty relevant with what's going on with our toxic political climate today.
Well, I think so, and, I'm certainly mourning and grieving the divisiveness right now, and I really just felt compelled to speak my heart in this way of, it's really a hopeful CD, love for our country, and, can't we come together in justice and conversation with each other? I mean, certainly we are all from different backgrounds and different ways of doing things, but we need to at least be talking to each other.
Yeah, that's true. I think everyone's talking, what do you call that? Away from, what do you call that? Talking away from each other, or what is that called?
Yeah, I'm not sure the reference, but yeah, just, could be in the same room, but not really talking.
Right, nobody's listening. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But,
so, yeah.
But yeah, this is great, and you and Christian McBride. I mean, we're coming off the Martin Luther King holiday, and we're going into the month of February, which is Black History Month. So, and Christian McBride has almost the same type of album out. It's like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, thanks so much. I've been hearing that kind of feedback, and I adore Christian McBride. So, wow, to be in his company, and I guess our hearts are in the same place. So I'm truly grateful.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But anyway, tell us about the band, and tell us about how you came about to put this together. And I was reading some of the liner notes, but I'm sure they would like to hear it from you directly, since it's your project. Yeah.
Well, this band together for 10 years, so we're not newcomers, and we all have our own projects as well. But that's Kevin Bales on piano, who played many years with Renee Marie. Rodney Jordan on bass, who also played with Renee, and he also tours with the Marcus Roberts Trio, and is on the Florida State Jazz faculty, which is my alma mater. And then Marlon Patton on drums. He was living in Atlanta. He's now in New York. Just a really sought-after, fabulous drummer. Have some special guest spots on saxophone, Kebby Williams, who a lot of folks know from Tedeschi Trucks band, which would not necessarily be in the jazz genre, but he plays fantastic jazz. So he's a Grammy Award winner and just a honey of a player and a person. So I'm thrilled to have him there. On guitar is Rick Lawler, who might be known to your folks. He tours and plays with Jameson Ross. And then I have a spoken word person who's just a local, fabulous, gorgeous voice, James Benson, who I pulled in to record the Gettysburg Address with me.
Yeah, in fact, we heard that last week, and it was really, really great.
Doesn't he have a deep, rich, fantastic voice? Yeah.
Yes, and if you close your eyes, you think you're back there in 1863 and listening to President Lincoln.
Yes, well, maybe so. I know it. So you know, I'm really so blessed to have all these incredible musicians to work with, and have been by my side and grown together for such a long time. And you asked, how did this project come about? It really was organic, and I have to say, really all my recordings have been that way. I just somehow realize what it is I'm singing about, and it seems to find a constellation. And when I have a constellation, I get the aha, maybe it's time to go record these things. So we have been playing most everything, you know, for a little while, which really gets us grounded and sunk into the music well. So, you know, it just seemed like the right time.
Well, we're sure glad you did it. And like I said, this is a really fine project. I mean, this is different, but yet at the same time it's grounded, and yet it's timely.
Well, I love hearing that. Thank you, Carl.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, we're going to take a break and stay on the line. And
sure.
This song that we're going to hear, and of course, you know, Billie Holiday back in, I believe, 1937, and of course, none other than Strange Fruit. And I want to hear your thoughts about that. Virginia?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to play it, and then we were going to come back. You want some thoughts right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry. Yes, well, what an iconic and historic tune that is. You know, written by a Jewish immigrant, Lewis Allen, who went and took the song to Billie Holiday in New York at the time, in the 30s. And, you know, this song is about lynching, and a really, you know, tender and horrific part of our American history. But it did happen, and I certainly hope it's not still happening anywhere, but, you know, I never would have ventured to sing it, because if you feel like you can't improve on, you know, someone who did something originally, I mean, I don't do it. And not that I'm Billie Holiday, I'm not at all, but I think I do it so differently. And I started being asked to do this as a healing agent for racism and lynching here in Atlanta. And so I had started performing it in at some memorial services and things like that, you know, I somehow felt bold enough, maybe this would be all right to do on stage, and I did, and the audience was really grateful. I don't know if love is the right word, but very touched and moved by it. And if I can do anything to touch and move other people, to open our hearts and maybe just have a better way of looking at some of the less than wonderful parts of our history and be able to talk about it openly with each other, then I have done my job.
Well, yes, you have. And before we hear it, and you'd be surprised, a lot of people don't know, and I've actually had people come up to me and ask me for a request for that song. I've had people call it the fruit song, and I have to politely correct them that that's not a song that you request just for the purpose of requesting and have to go into the brief details of what that song is about. And this is basically for the young people that don't know what that's all about. But yeah, and so it's actually good that it comes about every few years with someone like yourself that brings the song back and we talk about this.
Right, exactly.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and hear your version of Strange Fruit. We're talking to Virginia Sneck. Is that it? Shank. I am so sorry. Shank.
Sounds like S-H-A-N-K. Shank.
Okay. Virginia Shank here on 90.1 FM KKFI.
Southern tree, bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaf. And blood on the roof. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. From the poplar tree. Cast to the scene of the gallant South. The bulging eyes and the twisted mouth. Scent of magnolia, so sweet and fresh. The sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the trees to drop. Here is a strange and bitter cry.
KKFI 90.1 FM. That is brand new music from Virginia Shank and her release Battle Cry and her version of Strange Fruit. We're talking to her on the phone. She is here with us. And Virginia, Kebby Williams just does a fantastic job lamenting you on the sax. I mean, who came up with that idea?
Well, I did. I know Kebby's work, and he was on my last release with me, where we did Abby Lincoln's The River, and which really has some sort of cacophonous sound. So I knew he had it in him, and when I, for your listeners, knowing that was bass, voice, and saxophone. So when I wanted to do the tune, I called Rodney and Kebby and said, here's what I want to do and how I want to do it. First of all, are you comfortable with doing that? And they both were wholeheartedly supportive. And I told them I wanted it raw, stripped down, because I've done this sometimes just a cappella with nobody, but I wanted a little bit of response. So with the bass, grounding to hold us up, literally. And for Kebby and I just almost to have kind of a call and response. I mean, it's just what I wanted, and he just does it automatically. I hardly have to tell him anything. He's such an intuitive and amazing player. Oh,
he sure is, yes, and that is fantastic. Wow. And I mean, I don't know. I've run out of accolades to say about about that. Yeah, I mean, this is. I probably have to say maybe your best piece of work, I think.
Oh gosh, thank you so much, Carl.
Oh.
It was a lot of soul searching to feel, if it was appropriate for me to do, and our times are so sensitive right now, and for your listeners, if it makes any difference, I am a white female, and but that is significant because I am born who I am with the advantages of that, and so I had to say to myself, if I am to sing this, what would be the response of a white female? And that is my response. It's anguish and, horrified. And fortunately, I've never had to see such a thing, but even to think about it, this is how I feel.
Well, unfortunately, it still goes on in this country, so it's not quite a dead issue. It's still going on.
No, I know it, and it may not be by a noose. It may be by other means, and I just can't stand it. So, hopefully this brings some, awareness, as I said, and greater opportunity for dialogue among everybody.
Yes, and you mentioned being a white female, and if you know the history, when she sang that song, it was a white female that led the applause. Remember, there was
gosh, I had forgotten that, Carl.
Yes, and there was silence, and then she came forward, and then everyone else responded after her applause. So she's the one that led the applause when she first sang that, because she wasn't going to sing that song.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. And, and Billy somewhat ostracized for having sung that song.
Oh, yeah, you bet. And the song was banned from radio for 30 years.
Yeah, I know it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it.
So, yeah, whenever I get a chance, I play it just for defiance of back then.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I so appreciate that, Carl. And we're grateful for freedom of press.
Yeah, but even that's in danger now.
Well, I know it. So, we got to do what we can while we can, for sure.
Oh, you bet, yeah. Well, anyway, it has been a pleasure talking to you. Any chance you're going to be coming into the Kansas City area anytime soon?
Well, I sure hope so. Please tell your listeners that, keep an eye on my website, and I'll certainly let you know. VirginiaSchenck.com. It's Virginia, SCHENCK.com. And, of course, I'm on all the social media platforms. But stay tuned, because I'd sure love to get to your area soon.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yes, I'd be looking forward to hearing from you and seeing you here, see you perform, bring Kevy, and in fact, bring the whole gang with you.
You bet.
Oh, wow. Well, Virginia, thank you so much. This has really been a pleasure.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Carl, and thank you, KKFI.
Oh, you're welcome. Before we go, though, I'm going to end with one of your original songs here, or I guess this is the one original, Hear My Battle Cry, and tell us about that real quick.
Well, again, just sort of inspired by the challenges going on in our country in a more overt way these days. Just the chorus, the refrain to this piece just came to me while I was just walking around the house, which your folks will hear. And then I really did a lot of reading. I thought, well, gosh, what else can I say about this? And anyway, so it's Hear My Battle Cry is the name of the song. And I know for me, the only way for change to occur is I have to do my part, do my soul searching, and express myself in the most compassionate way that I can, and that's Hear My Battle Cry. So hopefully if I can change and better myself and share that with others, then maybe we can all, mobilize that.
Oh, yeah, you bet. And thanks again. Oh, one more. Give your website one more time, so in case someone missed it there. Yes.
Yes, it's www.virginiaSCHENCK.com. And if you lose that, just call Carl at KKFI.
Yeah, I have it here. All right. Well, Virginia, thank you so much for taking time out to talk to us. And again, congratulations on your new release.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Carl.
Oh, you're welcome. As we go out, this is Virginia Schenck here on 90.1 FM, KKFI.
Its soul. We are a nation out of control, living on borrowed time. Our history is a crime. This is our American story, like it or not. Your neighbor in theirs too. Serve each other, don't compete. Bless each other, don't condemn. Stand your hand to each other with honor and respect. For us to reach the American dream, we must bust these chains within. Can we find the path to freedom by the truth in our lives? Find the courage, hope, and strength. Stand tall. Resurrect ourselves, correct ourselves, and pay our dues. Hear my battle cry. I will live in truth or die. Democracy's experiment is wearing thin. Each generation needs some sparking from within. Dreams don't rest on reason, but fly on wings of passion. This is the universal story, like it or not. ourselves and pay our due. Hear my battle cry. I will live in truth or die.